Gabriel Onyango Chan. Also, Onyango Chan sounds like something more Asian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Scary to mispronounce.
Yeah, it's a very difficult name.
Yeah, like a very short one, but very popular, where a guy interviews an Kenyan resident about his name, and he says something like "woo we we," and it's "we what's up." You've probably seen that video, right? It's very popular.
Yeah.
It's similar, like as we call it Kazakh.
Yes.
Do you know that Kenya exists?
Of course.
Yes.
License, like, it would be a shame if I interview you from the Kenya, I don't know where your country is. Like.
So our students want to hear about the friendship with Mr. Paul and Mr. Joseph. Kind of, but what would you prefer? Beshbarmak or shashlyk?
That's a good question.
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
Hello dear viewers, you're watching NIS Media.
This is me, Amirgaliyev Damir, and our second host.
Shami Togzhan.
And today we're expecting a guest that everyone in our school has waited for. It's the most famous teacher in our school, the chemistry one, the local expert in jokes, and overall a very bright and funny person. It's Mr. Gabriel Onyango Chan. So nice to see you.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. Like you said, my name is Gabriel Chan, chemistry teacher from Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why you have so many names like Gabriel Onyango Chan? Also, Onyango Chan sounds like something more Asian, especially East Asian. But actually, it's not your.
Interestingly, maybe I'll have an opportunity to explain this. So in Kenya, we have 3 names, 3 minimum. You can have 4, you can have 5. So it happens that every person has to get 2 names, and then you have to adopt your father's name.
Which one is your father's name?
So my father's name is Chan, and my name is Gabriel Onyango. So you have to have 2 names attached to you and adopt a father's name. So 3 names. So I can have 3 and father 4. I can have 4 and my father's name 5. So in this case I have 2 and my father's name 3 names. Yes.
That's nice.
Sounds interesting.
So we refer to you either as Ochan or Gabriel Onyango.
Yes. Mostly people say Chan, and that's enough. My surname. So my surname becomes my father's name, you know.
Oh.
Yes. And my kids takes my name, Onyango, as their surname.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's how it moves from generation to generation, you know. Yeah.
I got the point.
Yes.
Do you have something like list of generations or maybe book, some kind of?
In terms of
for example, in Kazakh, do you know the system Jitata? Like 7 generations. When you have to know your names of your 7 grandfathers, fathers, grandfathers, grandfathers.
Yeah, I think I know more than 7. Yeah. So from myself, I have my father Chan, I have my grandfather Peter, I have my great grandfather Odwar, and great grandfather Omolo, and another great grandfather called Chan, who is the name given to my father. So my father was born in a period that their great grandfather died, so he was given that name Chan. So this Chan must have lived in the 17th century.
17th century.
Yeah, or early 18th century. And then now the name was carried over, and my father got this name in the 19th century. And maybe our grandchild will get this Chan some other time. But strictly talking about the lineage, the Chan was in the 17th or earliest 18th century.
Earliest 18th.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then from Chan you go to Omolo, who was the father of Chan. Yeah. So I think up to the 9th or 10th. Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's too far.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, we are now almost bordering 17th century or something, or earliest, the earlier 18th century or something like that. Yeah.
We particularly know your entire dynasty, so
yeah.
that's
So
impressive.
So when you come to Kenya, you have to probably start tracing me from the 18th century.
And we will be able to find you, exactly.
Yes, you will be able to find me.
What about
that's
other
just
your
wonderful.
relatives from that Chan great grandfather?
Yeah, they are there. There are quite a number. You know, like it is kind of growing like a pyramid. Yeah. If you place the great grandfather here, you find that he had many sons. He had many daughters who got married elsewhere. But now to strictly look at it, you look at the sons, because the sons get married, but the daughters got married elsewhere, correct? So the pyramid grows like this, both from the sons' parts and from the daughters' parts.
Okay, so if you're in that part of pyramid,
Yes.
do you know your relatives from other part?
Yeah, I know them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's critical in our culture to know them, because then you can intermarry, which is not advisable.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? It's
Yeah, so
the
you-
same thing in Kazakh culture.
So you have to keep track of your relatives from your aunts and your father's side. Yeah. So you have got uncles and aunts, correct? You have to have a clear demarcation of how they are spread and their lineage, so that there is no intermarriage between people who are related. Yeah.
Okay, you got the point.
That's a smart system.
Yeah,
Something similar
we
like
call
to-
it the clan system, you know.
Clan
Yeah,
system.
the clan.
Oh,
clan
actually
system.
Kazakhs call it ru, what means clan system also.
Oh, I
Yes.
see.
Oh,
So, in a sense, the society is just one, correct? The
Yeah.
construct of the society is more or less one. The only difference is the name attached to a system of a society. Like we call it the clan, that is the loose translation in English, and you call it
Ru.
Ro. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice system you got there.
Yeah.
So,
It was to
in a way,
just bring order.
yeah.
Yeah.
In a way, you could say that we're not even that apart, even in terms of this kind of culture. Like,
Yeah.
even similarities in this system is like, it's really impressive to know that people from other part of the entire globe has something similar to us. That just shows that man,
Actually,
we're all like.
It explains the theory of Darwin.
Yeah. That systems. If you go to the university, probably you will do university common units, or for those who will do philosophy or those who will do sociology, you will get to understand that the construct of a society is that which is borrowed from norms or folkways, or what we call the mores. And all these things, they are more or less the same in different cultures around the world. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we can move up to the questions that our students from, students from our school want to hear from you.
Okay.
Why did you choose chemistry major, and why did you choose teaching?
Well, that's a good question. People are born differently, correct? And when people are born differently, in the context that their preferences varies. For example, you may like to sing,
I may like to.
and you may like to dance,
Maybe.
and another person might just like to write poems and all that. So this inclination is almost something that is genetic, and also majorly borrowed from the environment. You understand?
Yes.
The environment, to an extent, will dictate your preferences.
Yep.
So when we were in school in the early 2000s, we had a very good chemistry biology teacher, and most of our students in those years got to be inspired by this teacher, and that inspiration actually drew our attention much more to sciences. So, there was dichotomous division, those who want to do arts and those who want to do science. And even within science, there are people who are inclined into maths and physics, chemistry and biology. We found ourselves into chemistry and biology because we were so much into demeanor and the character of the teacher. So I think that majorly influenced our decision there, that once we finished the high school, we decided to pursue science-based courses, which in my case was predominantly chemistry and biology.
So you basically owe your entire career choice by a particular one person.
Yeah.
That's the main inspirator.
Yeah.
Do you even realize that you're probably someone out there who, to a scholarship of niche, you're like that teacher to you? Maybe you'll inspire one day some other chemistry teacher.
I wish it can happen. It's the best thing. If you have someone you look up to, that is part of what gives you the internal energy to process your academic life. I mean, you cannot operate in a vacuum. You must have a desire. That desire can be internal, that desire can be external. Whichever way it comes from, we have no problem, as long as it is a positive desire.
Wow,
That's
sounds impressive.
Yep.
Partially, you can say that your personality as a teacher is a product of his job.
You can actually conclude that, and we let them know, because he's still alive actually. He's I think retired 2 years ago, but he's still alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after filming this podcast, you can send the link to him.
Yeah. I can send to him if you share it with me. His name is Mr. Omondi Bala.
Can you repeat it?
Omondi
Bala.
Omoli Bala.
Oh, okay.
Omondi Bala.
Scary to mispronounce.
Yeah, it's a very difficult name. Even to us, it is not a common name.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the name Bala is not a common name.
Bala.
I only know one person called Bala, who is him. No any other person. I don't know how he got this name. It's not a popular name, but that was his name. And he's still alive.
Talking about names of the Kenyan persons, I've actually seen one of the videos on the internet where, like, a very short one but very popular, where a guy interviews an Kenyan resident about his name, and he says something like and it's osas. You've probably seen that video, right? It's very popular, especially in the media region of Kazakhstan. So basically, how do names like this even exist? How do they appear? It's very hard to pronounce and very, like, it's sometimes even
How to spell it?
You see, we have, unlike maybe most of the Asian or Central Europe countries, in Africa we have very many tribes. I don't know if you have known that. In Kenya we have 52.
52
tribes.
Oh.
These tribes speak different languages.
52 different languages in one country?
Yes, and even within one tribe, you have, for example, we have another tribe called Luya. They speak one language, but within that one language, there are 17 subsets of that language. Meaning that there is a Luya who cannot understand another Luya.
Oh my God.
So at the end of the day, we have over 100 languages in a country.
And they got 100 languages.
Yeah.
And how many of them are like official?
One.
Only English?
Swahili.
Swahili.
And English.
The Kenyan language.
Oh, okay.
So we have 2 official.
How many of them do you know?
I know my vernacular, which is Luo. That's the regional language.
Very
Western Kenya. Yeah. In a section of Western Kenya. Swahili is a national language, I have to know. Then also English. Then a little bit of Pidgin. Pidgin is a corrupted English.
Okay.
For those people who learned English when during the colonial masters. That is by around 1850s, thereabout, when the colonial government came to Africa. So they did not get the dictum, or they did not get the English language properly. So they also corrupted the English language and got another language in the process.
Okay.
We call it Pidgin.
Pidgin.
So the Pidgin is not pure English, it's not pure African language. It's a mixture, a cocktail of these 2 languages.
Yeah, something like Jamaican language.
Yes. So you get along with it. It's informal language.
We actually got the pretty similar thing, like, as we call it Chala Kazakh. Like, it's
Yes,
a Kazakh
actually.
language mixed with Russian, because a lot of Russian residents live here and we tend to speak with them, and like two languages do get mixed exactly as you described.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
Also, traditionally, Kazakh and Russians are linked to each other. So, majority of Kazakhstan people know Russian, but suddenly not all of them know Kazakh.
Yeah, so but then you find that there's an interface between Kazakh language
Yes.
and Russian, yeah?
Yeah.
And some people might, even in a sentence, mix the two languages when
Yes.
they talk, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's not even not official language. It's just as a joke.
It's a social language. I mean,
Yes,
you can informally use it at
Yes.
home in social setup, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, from what we know, what you described to us, it seems like we're not really that different at all. We have the same parts of culture, we even have the mixed up languages between us. This leads us to some questions that I think every person who meet you in here actually asks themselves in the head, like, why did you choose Kazakhstan and niche particularly as your main workplace?
Well, that's another good question, and I will address it this way. Have you been to Kenya?
No.
No.
You have not been to Kenya. Do you know that Kenya exists?
Of course, we
Yes.
do. Like, it would be a shame if like, I
You
interviewed you from
see,
the Kenya, I don't know where your country is, like, who is this guy?
So you know Kenya exists, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
And you have also known that Australia exists, correct?
Yes. Sure.
Which is a country, and you can also call it a continent, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And you also know that Indian Ocean exists.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How did you come to know about them? That's the big question first. So you come to know about them based on the power of the internet, for example, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in short, I'm trying to say that there are quite a number of things that we get to know, but we have not interacted with, correct? You know that there's someone called Mike Tyson,
Of course.
and you have not probably met this person. You know that there is a team called Arsenal with their base in Emirates, and you have not been into Emirates. Why? Because information flow, correct?
Yep.
There is information in the internet, there is information in very many other sources, including books. So, how I came to know about NIS is just basically through the internet,
So.
because the school did advertise that they want this number of teachers, not just chemistry, not just biology, I think physics and other subjects, then global perspective, what. And then as a human being, you have got a choice to make, yeah? You can decide to ignore and say, I don't want to interact with this advert or whatever opportunity, or you may want to make an attempt, you understand? And before you do that, you have to do your background, okay? You have to read about what's NIS, what does it stands for, what are the mission, what are the vision of the school, in which country. Then you have to read about the country. You have to. So if it ticks most of your boxes, then you can proceed and make your application. And to that extent, now we talk about you, which is me here, and the school wants to come into an agreement, which in the commercial language we call it a contract, yeah? And the contract is in the sense that you have something that you want to be done, this person can do it, you agree on certain terms, and then you say, okay, in strict business language we call it ad idem. Ad idem means meeting of the mind. So if there is meeting of the mind and you agree, and then you can proceed and effect the terms of your agreement. And that's what actually happened. I had never been to Kazakhstan, but the power of the internet brought it closer. What we call the world is now a global village. because then I can know what is happening the other side of the world through the internet. I don't have to walk in there before, even if I have not been there, to get to know what is happening there. So basically, it is that simple that you go to the internet, like you can now, after this session, you can go to the internet and Google, you want to buy Adidas. And you find that this Adidas is in Ethiopia, which is a country in Kenya. And that's the cheaper one. Maybe you're going to save some few coins. And then you say, okay, I'm going to buy it from Ethiopia. And then it's ferried to Kazakhstan. So I want you to use that analogy to contextualize my case, in which I found a job over the internet. I feel that I can match the specification or expectation given there. You make application, you end up agreeing on what the two of you can do, and there we go.
Okay, that's fine.
So basically, you owe the choice to the conditions that the school suggests you.
Yeah, you see, when you have an agreement with anybody, if it is an agreement that is devoid of coercion, you can be forced to do something, which is illegal, correct? That you have to do this no matter what. This is the condition. You have no choice. But when it is a free will means that
you have a choice.
You have a choice. Then you have a choice based on your understanding of what you are getting into. The other person also has a choice based on what he or she is getting into. You understand? In that case, we say that no one, even the law, unless whatever you're doing is illegal, can get in between you, because the two of you have agreed on certain terms that no one has forced them to. You understand?
Yep.
If I agree with you that you are moving from this point to this point, and I'm also moving from this point to this point, and we move, that's okay. You understand?
That will do.
Yeah, that's the fundamental of what we call a contract.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
By the way, I heard that you've teach in Qatar also. Yes.
Mr. Paul.
Wait, Mr. Paul.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I missed.
Where did you teach? So besides Qatar and NIS?
I was also in Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria.
Yeah,
Then what's the difference of students between Kazakhstan and Nigeria and Kenya?
One difference, I would, most of the schools I taught it in Nigeria and Kenya were predominantly from, the students were from all over. It was, if I use a chemistry term here, it is heterogeneous. Heterogeneous in the sense that the student body is not drawn entirely from within a country. You understand? Yeah, it's drawn from many other countries. But now in Kazakhstan here, predominantly the students are from Kazakhstan. Yeah. So that's one of the difference I would say I would give.
What about their personalities? Maybe their behaviors at
like the mentality overall.
Yes.
Yeah. When it comes to student behavior and discipline, I think I've always shared this one. I find it that the students in Kazakhstan, NIS, who have been teaching here in Taldykorgan, they're much more respectful and easier to deal with, you understand? Because in teaching, maybe for those who will be teachers in future, there is this concept of classroom management. Classroom management is where you have to keep on juggling between delivery of the lesson and trying to address students disrupting the lesson. But we don't have that in Kazakhstan, not a disruption in class. So basically your work is to deliver the content of that particular lesson, the learning objectives. So that's one major difference I can always cite, based on my experience as a teacher in different countries. Yeah.
You actually mentioned it in that interview.
Yeah, that's a truth. If you ask any teacher, if you ask Mr. Paul or Mr. Joseph, I think they will be honest enough to share the same sentiments I'm sharing with you here.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Nice.
Actually,
Spasiba.
also our students want to hear about the friendship with Mr. Paul and Mr. Joseph.
Like you mentioned that before, what was your first contact, and what are you doing besides the school? Like, do you have some lunchtime, like some resting time together? Do you hang out basically?
Yeah, we do. Just to know that maybe if you don't know, we come from the same country with Mr. Paul, yeah?
Mm-hmm, yes.
And I also have known him before coming to NIS because he was teaching in one international school in Kenya. I was also teaching in another international school in Kenya. And we had interacted outside Kazakhstan. And when he came to Kazakhstan, he went to Kizloda, you know that, yeah? He took 2 years there, and I was here. And most of the time, we used to talk and meet at the airport. And fate would have it that we would work together in Taldykorgan from 2018, I think so. And that now fundamentally brings the question that we are very close because we have a history of friendship spanning more than 10 years. And also with Mr. Joseph, and I think I'm the one who interviewed Mr. Joseph when he was coming to NIS.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice teacher of the position.
Something that maybe you didn't know.
We didn't know.
Yeah, you did know, but you can ask him. I'm the one who interviewed him. I think he was in Indonesia or some
Yes,
country.
Indonesia.
Yeah, Indonesia. And on that basis,
Or Philippines.
no, he's from Philippines, but he was teaching in Indonesia then. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So the mere fact that I interviewed him and he was able to convince us positively clearly indicates that we are good friends, but not as good as always together compared to Mr. Paul, you know.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
see it every day at school.
Oh,
Actually, yes.
Yeah, because that time I walked to you to I was watching summative assessment on physics, and I gave you my entire worksheet for you to add 1 point, which basically saved my entire grade. So thanks a lot for that. Thank you. That I really appreciate it from this time to this day for a month. And what I really noticed is whenever I see Mr. Paul on his free time, he's always like being with you. So
yes.
it's nice to know that you actually had a long history, long before
Yes,
school.
yes,
But
yes,
actually, your
yes.
personalities are so different. Like he seems more less extrovert than you, and you're more extrovert than him. So
You reckon?
what?
We reckon that. Yes.
You reckon that?
Yes. Yes. Actually, when going to home after work day, we see that you're talking with some kind of students, even from 7th or 8th grade, and Mr. Paul is, how to say it, like less communicative person.
Oh, okay, I see. People have different, I think,
Yes.
personalities.
But I'm talking about that friendship when two friends are
In
like,
the polar
yes,
sides.
in the polar sides,
Yes.
yes. But sounds great.
Yeah, you know, you have to find that path that you share common with the other person, you know. The friendship is all about which component are we all sharing. The one that we're not sharing are aside, but on these ones we are sharing, so you develop your friendship along those corridors. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So now we have some funny questions for you.
Okay.
Try to guess the first one.
How funny are they?
Try to guess the first one. It's about food.
You want to ask me which the kind of food in Kazakhstan I like the most?
Actually,
That would
some
be-
kind of, but what would you prefer? Beshbarmak or shashlyk?
That's a good
That's
question.
a tough question.
Yeah.
I'll go with Beshbarmak.
Beshbarmak?
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I'll go with Beshbarmak.
Oh. Well, that's really nice to hear.
The
This is unexpected.
the first food that I ate in Kazakhstan when I came
First food.
on the 22nd August 2016.
I don't remember the exact date.
Fast food. Okay.
So you do like.
So it's the honor I'm giving to the fast food in Kazakhstan I ever ate. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Actually, we always hear about jokes from you, from Mr. Paul. I don't know about Mr. Joseph because he's not teaching for me. But you're always talking about Beshbarmak and shashlyk. Some kind of associations with.
Yes, they are competing. There are two competing food in Kazakhstan. Yeah, sometimes I think shashlyk goes ahead. Sometimes Beshbarmak goes ahead, depending on our general mood, general day life. Yeah,
I understand.
Yes.
You just gotta feel it.
Yes. Sometimes you just feel like I think I need shashlyk. Another day, no. I think I need Beshbarmak. So they have that ever competing for our attention, which is good.
So basically, right now, Beshbarmak has won.
Today, Beshbarmak won. I think I'm more inclined to Beshbarmak today.
We'll notice that. We'll use that information later. Now,
Thank you.
We also have another funny question for you.
Okay.
So, I think it's very obvious to every person in the school that you yourself are a very funny person. From your delivery, from your brightness, you're very funny.
Sure.
Yes, we really think so. So
That I am funny.
yes, of course.
Okay. So next time I will be appearing in class, I will appear with a contour face. Much more
If you
contour
want it,
face,
I guess that's for sure will be shocking.
Yes. You will think that you're angry or I don't know, you have a bad day maybe, if you're not funny.
So, basically, what I want to ask you is, since you're a very funny person, tell us your favorite joke.
My favorite
Joke.
My favorite joke.
Yes,
Yes.
that's you. Tell people.
Wow. You people have difficult questions. Which one will I put as my favorite joke?
You can tell two if you can choose from several kinds of.
Yeah, just like don't worry about it.
Which joke was that? Yeah, I told you this joke in class, but I think it was not properly understood. The joke of when someone went to a dentist to remove one tooth, and he had to pay 500 shillings. The Kenyan currency is called shilling. So when he paid 1,000. So logically, he should be given 500 shillings back, yeah. But the dentist said that he has no change to give. So the dentist asked him if he can remove another tooth so that he takes the 1,000 shillings, So
That sounds like a Jewish joke. Well, I understand you. You know what it is, right?
You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Yes. So it's a very funny situation that you have removed your bad tooth, but then the dentist is telling you that, okay, because I don't have the balance or the change, I can remove another one. So it justifies me retaining the 1,000 shillings.
That's a capital one.
Yes.
But it's just very good for us. Unfortunate that it doesn't happen in real life. Just imagine
Yes.
in your time, remove.
We are happy that it rarely happens, if at all it has, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's the end of the section of funny questions. As well, was funny enough. So thanks for your humor. And we'd like to ask you some very deep but very important questions, I think, even for every people on this planet. And this first question is basically, what are your plans on the future?
That's a good question. What do you think my plans are?
Actually, I can tell you a secret, and then majority of our students worry about the living of international teachers from our school. So I think the author of this question wants to know about this particular.
With regard to our future
which connect with NIS.
With NIS,
yes.
or my being in NIS Taldykorgan.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that one is easy one and a quick one, really. It will go with what I told you before. You see, if I choose that I want to be in Taldykorgan, that is not enough. School must also choose that they want us, the school itself and me are meeting. You remember the ad idem concept I told you? That the two sides must have a meeting of the mind. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. So I may want to be there, but maybe the school may want to terminate the contract. You understand?
Yep.
So it means that the two have to have a point of confluence or a point of convergence. The two parties must come to a cross. So it depends on the two. Yeah. So as long as we are kind of given the green light to either continue, I will be there.
Oh, so in these relationships, when it comes to the meeting the criteria from one side and from other side, you as a side will keep meeting the criteria.
Yes.
Willing to teach here and be here.
If the school asks me, we want a chemistry teacher for the academic year 2025, 2026, are you going to be available? I will say, okay, yes, I will be available.
Actually, I have one extra question. What if the administration of a whole NIS system in Kazakhstan suggests you to move to another city from our country?
Well, I might move, but it is not my... No. I don't want to move to another city. I just want to be in Taldykorgan. It's why should I move to another city? I think we have enough oxygen concentration in Taldykorgan. Everyone can breathe. There's no quota for oxygen, yeah?
Actually, yes.
We will share with you, don't worry.
So as long as there is sufficient oxygen in Taldykorgan, well, I have no reason to want to even move to another campus. It's not in one of my very remote needs. No. I'm not one person who likes hoping. No.
Okay.
I may visit any
so
city.
you're for the stability.
Yeah. I may visit any city, but for a brief period of time, and then resume. So definitively, it's not my wish to leave Taldykorgan to teach in any other campuses. Not that I don't like the campuses, don't get me wrong.
Okay,
I just want to be
I think we got you the correct way.
Okay.
I just can feel the very sensational and very deep sigh of relief from everyone of your the children that you teach to. I can say from their name that we are very worried about you, Mr. Paul, and other teachers staying in the school. You're very close to us. So hearing that you will stay, if there is a possibility for you to stay, that's just wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's super.
Yeah, if that can give relief, then that's better. I think most of you are good friends. We are good friends, good students. You understand chemistry. Chemistry is a very good abstract subject. And most of the students, we enjoy learning. Mr Togzhan here is a very good chemistry student. So
thank you.
I'm always happy to attend to our class. So if that cooperation can continue, the better.
So another very deep, very important question to all of us, taking from your experience in teaching in Kenya, in teaching in our school. What is the advice that you would give to all the pupils in this school?
The advice I will give to pupils and our students is very simple. That no one should squander this opportunity. What opportunity? The opportunity to be in NIS the opportunity, I would call it a scholarship, yeah? That you have been recruited through a rigorous process in which you have to sit for entrance exam, you have to be kind of assessed to get to know of your ability. And once you have been given that chance based on your ability, maintain your steam, don't run out of steam from grade 7 to grade 12, and endeavor to get decent grades that may want to admit you to best universities nationally and internationally. The future belongs to people who are intentional, purposeful, and very obvious in where they want to end. That should not miss our attention at any given time. And in line of that, I would also want to encourage all the students to prioritize academic work. To prioritize it so much that it takes the largest segment of their time. That is 80% of their time, because knowledge that is progressive is what the society needs today, tomorrow, and in the future. And with those, you stand a chance. I may not really promise you wealth, but good life I can promise you. You will have a comfortable life if you are disciplined in terms of doing the right thing academically, getting your commitments right, getting your priorities right, and focus right. Those are the ingredients of success. There is no other. So that would be my honest, humble advice to our students. Yeah.
Very inspirational.
Thank you.
So what you're saying is basically we have the right path, but we shouldn't let go of it.
You should not. And I will tell you that we human beings have a nature of taking things for granted until that thing is withdrawn. You've heard of this saying that you never know the value of what you have until you lose it. Have you heard of this saying?
Yes, actually, Kazakhstan kind of
something similar to that. Yeah.
Yes, something
that you will never really appreciate what you have until it leaves you. Correct. So don't fall a prey to this particular saying. Ensure that your life is not shrouded by this bad saying. You understand? That in future you sit in a corner and say, oh, I wish I had done something differently when I was in that school. Regrets don't help. Regrets work negatively to you anytime. So let us cultivate a culture in which we will have less regret, but more positive vibes into the future.
We have to live today and now.
Sorry?
We have to live today and now.
Yes, with a clear projection of what the future should look like. If you run looking down, you can fall. You run focusing ahead. Yes.
Okay.
So that by the time you're reaching there, you had looked at it when you are here. You don't look at that place when you are there. You must project. You have to see the horizon. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You have to see the horizon. That's where prospects are.
Thank you for your advice. Actually, about regrets, because it will helpful to me. Thank you.
It's pretty relatable to us.
Yes, I think today's podcast was very helpful, very interesting, and informative for all of us. So, dear listeners, today's episode features the best chemistry teacher, Mr. Gabriel, along with us.
The second host is
Amirgaliyev
Damir.
A proud member of TedX Club, and Shami Togzhan, the Minister of our Student Council. Don't forget to leave your comments about the podcast. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for your attention. And
Thank
thanks
you
for
for
your
listening.
attention. We can
Thank
make
you.
it shorter this time.
Yeah.
So it will be nice.
Yes, it was nice.
Yeah,
Thank
nice
you.
to meet you guys. All the best, brother Togzhan.
Thank you.
All the best. We live to see one another again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Next time.
Sure.